The roundtable is rested and ready. Well, they're ready. I don't know how rested they are, but they're ready. Joining us this morning, a Democratic political analyst, Marianne Marsh, and Republican political analyst, Rob Gray. It's great to see you guys. A United States Senator sitting in the chair this morning. What's your takeaway? What do you walk away with from the conversation?
Well, Jeanne Shaheen's a great senator, but she's an even better political operative. And we saw that today, hinting that Sununu has no chance of even getting off the ground and launching in New Hampshire for a presidential campaign. And oh, by the way, she's going to make sure he's not governor anymore either because of what he did on abortion, and already touting two people to run against him. Chris Sununu is a dead man walking.
Rob?
I mean, my takeaway is she's ready to go to bat for Biden in New Hampshire, and he needs her help. I mean, his announcement this week, he looked old, he looked fragile, he had to do it by video. He's messing up innocent questions from reporters. He's getting tipped off as to what the questions are. He needs somebody like her. He narrowly beat Trump there last time around, only 7 points. Another Republican might give him a run for his money.
Well, and here's the other thing, and she mentioned it, the New Hampshire primary this year. Does Biden put his name on the ballot? Does he compete? He came in fifth, in 2020. And if someone like Bobby Kennedy places, the media and Democrats will lose their minds. And dealing with that in the general election, it's going to be cleanup on Isle, New Hampshire for months.
It's a big game of chicken with the New Hampshire primary and Democrats, 100%. For sure.
All right. Last week, I was at the Trump rally in Manchester, New Hampshire. The former president certainly has a healthy share of support there. The congressional delegation remains all Democrats. What is he really after in the Granite State, Rob?
Well, he's after the media platform first and foremost, and he got that this week. But he's also after a primary win. He's looking to lock it down. I mean, he won there in 2016. He lost the state overall. But if he's going to have a chance to get the nomination again, he must win New Hampshire 2-1 like he did last time.
Marianne?
Rob's right. Trump wants that third primary win in New Hampshire, but he wants that general election even more. And the question is, how much mischief does he also play in the Democratic primary in New Hampshire?
We heard him taking aim at his political opponent. So
as we predicted on the show.
As we expect, yes. Yep. And so we have to ask, do you think he'd consider Ron DeSantis as a potential running mate?
I think they're saying that just to try to get him to back down and then not choose him. And by the way, if DeSantis was ever on a ticket with Trump, Trump would need a food tester.
I think there's two problems there. Number one, I don't think the two egos can coexist on a ticket. Number two, they're both from Florida. Yeah. So, I mean, if you look to balance a ticket, DeSantis also looks smug, which is a problem, too. So I can't see Trump ever picking him. Is
it better that DeSantis is a target for Trump's attacks rather than a partner in running?
Well, two things. It's illegal to have the same two people, a vice president and president on the same ticket from the same seat. So you can't, state, so you can't do that. But Rob and I were talking, the Trump ad against DeSantis, mocking him and playing all of his ads. I mean, hilarious, hilarious.
Next item, Governor Healey. Making moves on the MBTA mess. She has appointed the state's first transportation safety chief. She has put two of her own picks on the T's board of directors. She has also said she'd crack down on a policy that allowed some senior team managers to work remotely from homes thousands of miles away, and certainly because of that, out of state. She says she is outraged to learn about it, but shouldn't she have known about it sooner, Marianne?
Shouldn't we have known that Charlie Baker let that go on for 3 years first before Maura Healey found out about it on day, 96, 97?
Okay, but should Maura Healey have known? It's separate of that. Should Maura Healey have known?
I think Maura Healey has opened Pandora's box left by Charlie Baker, and every single day there are more and more problems that she's going to have to clean up, and she's finding them. That's the problem. We didn't learn about this while Charlie Baker was governor for the last 3+ years while he allowed this. We learned about this on day 96 or 97 of her term. She's like the guy in the parade behind the elephants now with the broom cleaning it all up.
Rob.
I agree. This is a bad ice cube that Maura Healey inherited from Charlie Baker. But here we are, April 30th, right? We can draw a line now. Maura Healey now owns the T. She has her GM in. She has her safety chief in. It's hers. So whatever happens from here on in is going to be her problem.
And she's cleaning it up. She's done more already than the last two governors.
All right. Well, last week, after Fox settled its lawsuit with Dominion Voting Systems for $787 million, we asked whether or not the network would change its ways. Well, one change they did decide to make was to fire Tucker Carlson. Their most popular host is gone. He will land somewhere. Where do you think that will be, Rob?
Probably some kind of off-brand cable. I mean, if you look at Chris Cuomo, if you look at Bill O'Reilly, they've ended up either off-brand cable or some type of newsletter where they can consolidate all their followers and make money off of them. Tucker Carlson still has a 3 million strong audience and platform, so he's going to do something after Fox, but he will not get the eyeballs that he got at Fox.
Yeah, Marion?
Yeah, first night Tucker wasn't on, Fox came in third behind MSNBC and
They
CNN.
lost half
That should
their
take-
audience week to week.
Correct. So I think Tucker will do what others who have left Fox, online production company, online shows. There's more anger on the right. They're more used to the streaming stuff, and everyone who's left Fox who's done that makes 8
Megyn
figures.
Kelly, too.
Is the dismissal of Don Lemon lumped into this in any way, shape, manner, or form with CNN?
I mean, he was removed for reasons that went on for 17 years, and it's surprising it lasted this long.
I mean, poor Don, how humiliating. He had to like put his own news out under cover of Tucker
They
Carlson,
had
which
to
was a
share the
much bigger
spotlight in
story,
that
you know.
moment. Right.